Hey, HBRMedia wrote me made me a video asking me a couple of questions, and I'm more than happy to answer them, and I will format this video in such a fashion that it can stand on its own, because I'd hate to offend Artisan Tony's delicate sensibilities. Artisan Tony says that my videos are too long and senseless and disjointed and don't stand on their own. Whatever. I don't think he stays a religious subscriber, as it were. In the video, though, HBRMedia and I, we're sort of discussing this ascent and evolution of man's society, like from agrarian to hunter-gatherer, or hunter-gatherer to agrarian, agrarian to industrial, and industrial to evolution. HBRMedia asked me if I had read a book called The Third Wave, and I have not. The conclusions that I've made in my little crackpot, take it with a grain of salt theory, involve, one, my study of the Bible, two, my study of Adam Smith and his theory, or no, Wealth of Nations, not Theory of Moral Sentiments, but Wealth of Nations, where he talks about a division of labor and things like that. And I tie that in with my understandings from the Bible and everything else. Now, you sort of alluded to whether or not I'm religious. Now, I go through spurts, of course, where people wouldn't be able to mistake me for anything but being religious in the common understanding. But I never particularly stopped being spiritual, per se. But I'm probably most always doing things that would make the baby Jesus cry. It's not cool. But what is cool is this video. It must be, because two things. One, I don't know if you can hear the music in the background, but I have my 7 Mary 3 CD in the CD player. And two, I was going to be making this big video about whether or not Katy Perry's, with her blue hair, I was going to make a video about whether or not the carpet matches the drapes. You know, you go on a date with Katy Perry and you take your little Lycra shorts off, and what you got there? A blue garden. So now you got Shall Not Be Infringed pissed at you. You'd be like, I wanted to hear about Katy Perry's bush. Wait a minute. Who the fuck is Katy Perry? Oh, she's a very famous pop star, Mike. If you've made it this far into this shitty-ass video. Anywho, now, the other question was, you wanted me to remark about how the hunter-gatherer population hits a plateau. And I will be more than happy to answer that. When you have rampant population propagation, I sound like Al Sharpton. The population propagation. Laugh with me, people, laugh. All right. Population increasingly propagates based on the ease and amount of time you have to just sort of chill out. Now, a hunter-gatherer tribe in the greater sense of world does have an information aspect. The elders, people who manage to survive, and hunter-gathering has a natural course of, people pass away in the hunting of animals, things like that. But its mobility ends up becoming its sustaining advantage. The decrease in mobility of farming ends up having to be offset by either the durability of the farming processes or just the overall durability of the storage. But the bottom line is, it leaves people a lot of extra time to be fucking, right? And when you have a bunch of extra time and there ain't nothing else to do, my dad always told me that. That was my birds and the bees thing. Fucking's free. Oh man, I am so sorry I'm sorry. But now, farming though, you end up getting such a large population that your devices for farming and for sustaining need to be that much more durable, and they need to be that much more fixed. Unfortunately, Mother Earth has a different idea. And then information relies on, when we go to the information thing, you become even more further away from your design. And you end up not only, one, relying on the durability of farming, the sustaining aspect of the farming, because somebody does actually need to do the physical work to put the food in your gut. You know what I'm saying? And that's really, at the end of the day, what your survival is all about. You put the food in your gut, put the air in your lungs, and have a nice day. That's all there is to it. You know, we can play around with the flights of fancy and the vast knowledge of the human mind, but quickly, this human mind in the evolution of society brings us to panem et circumcis. Oh yeah. Look that up, motherfuckers. Anyway. Yep. Speaking Latin on my way to my job where I'm gonna go fix cars. I have one more point, and I can't remember what the hell it was gonna be. It is lost forever. Forever gone. I was too busy trying to suck my own dick there with that Latin thing. I think I threw my back out doing it. So yeah, the problem with the information thing, if you get too many brokers of information, naturally, that's what I was going to talk to you about. Y'all can believe me or not, but on occasion, more times than not, in my particular position, I deal with General Motors field engineering, and field engineering ends up dealing with theoretical engineering. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Lab engineering. I mean, we got these engineers. Some engineers get out there and they work with us, and then others are just they sit behind their desk, and based on whatever equations they come up with on their computer, they launch their product, right? Well, we are the actual ones who take the data and the actual physical spreadsheet, and we find the skewed errors in the spreadsheet. Not really the black swan, but sort of the X factor. You know, when you have a fuel curve grid, there'll be different blocks and different fuel cells where the engine's fuel and ignition system runs in a certain way based on environmental conditions. And occasionally, these software programs, while they are very good, and I don't for a moment believe that I can do better, okay, from what they do. I mean, we have to work together on it. But, I mean, we are where they find the limitations of their theories, okay? But, occasionally, I'll have to talk to an egghead directly, and he'll like take a minute telling me how no, it couldn't possibly be, and then eventually I get to talk to his supervisor, and I will tell his supervisor how, yes, while the guy said it couldn't possibly theoretically be, I'm right here, and this is what's in front of me, period. You know, I got into it with one guy. It was right after the Camaro first started. There was a stupid little grommet missing on a washer nozzle, right? Well, I had to talk to the doggone engineer for 10 damn minutes about him telling me how impossible it was for his manufacturer to delete the grommet. And I'm like, dude, I don't know. The grommet's not there. What do you want me to say? Shit. It's just not there. I don't know where it went. It's not in the tank. Fuck. Quote me on that. So, anyway, going back to Adam Smith's Wealth of Nations, you actually end up with a division of information. You know, we've got engineers now. We've got a chassis engineer, a body engineer, and these cars aren't the space shuttle, but no one guy can give you the straight answer. You know, in field engineering, you get transferred around so many times, and then eventually the software engineers in Japan and he's going to commit hara-kiri because you just revealed a problem in his software. Oh, dude, this on for software. Ah! Kills himself. All right. There you go. We'll talk to y'all later.